Alright everyone, so I was in my local Fry's Electronics today and I noticed this. This is the Snakebyte Gamepad S Pro. They had this on sale for $20, but I think they're normally like $25 or $30 depending on where you get this at. So this is essentially a third-party version of the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. I actually have a Switch Pro controller from Nintendo as a comparison, and I have my Switch right here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and unbox this, see what we get inside, and we'll see the difference if this, for the price, is a good alternative if you want to use this as a main controller or just have a secondary controller. Now personally for me, I'm getting this more as a secondary controller, mainly if I'm out and I want to play a game, like if I'm on lunch or something, instead of like using the Joy-Con controllers, I can just use a regular controller. And because this is much cheaper, I don't have to worry about if I lose it, if it breaks, or whatever reason. I'm only out $20 versus $70 for the first party version. So there is a big price difference right there. And just for a future video, I also ordered a third party controller through Wish that's actually much cheaper than this. And I'm going to see how well that is. But we're opening this up. Oh look, it actually uses USB-C. That's cool. Nothing else in the box. Got the manuals. Throw that to the side. And the controller itself. Now, one thing to keep in mind though, this is more in line with the PlayStation layout. So the two control sticks on the bottom. So if you're someone that likes playing with the Switch, but you prefer the control sticks on the bottom versus how Nintendo does and also how Microsoft does, that is something to keep in mind. I think this is supposed to have vibration with this also. Yeah. So this does have some vibration motors in it, so at least it's not pretty much the only main feature you're probably not getting is the whole NFC reader, which honestly is not a big deal. But let's go ahead and, you know what, before we do that, let me just hold this, see how this feels. Now one thing to keep in mind, this does have analog triggers, but the Switch doesn't have analog triggers, not in the system, not on Nintendo's Pro controller. So it will be interesting when I'm trying some games out, how much travel it takes for it to register, or if it's pretty or if you can just barely hit it and it'll register. I mean, this does feel cheaper than this, obviously. It's much lighter. D-pad doesn't feel terrible. I think this D-pad does feel better though. But it does, this D-pad has a similar issue with these. Now, depending on which version of the Pro controller you have, depends on what kind of D-pad it is. But I think the later ones with, like, you know, different colors, graphics and stuff like that, they actually improved the D-pad. This is like the launch version, the one that first came out. And it's the kind that there's really no center thing, so you can actually push it all down and it'll actually register all four the buttons on the D-pad. And that's the same thing with this. Let's see, plus and minus. This is probably the capture, and T, this is probably the turbo, and you got the home button. So let's go ahead By the way, I do appreciate them using USB-C for this because it keeps the charging stuff with this a little more consistent. That is one thing about third-party controllers, that a lot of times they would just use different connectors. So let's see, controllers, pair of new controllers. Oh, you know what? I'm probably going to have to... Let me see. Do I actually have to use... Do I actually have to actually connect this? Press and hold the Y. The home and the Y. Alright. So press and hold the home and the Y button. And it's blinking. It's actually been a while since I've actually done this. You know what? Let me do a jump shot. Let me actually connect this to the system itself. Oh, look. I'm just now noticing this little piece of paper connected on here. I may actually have to update the firmware. I actually forgot because this was probably made before the 5.0 update for the Switch, and the 5.0 update changed a lot of things when it comes to like third-party accessories. So I might have to actually do that first. So let me pause this video real quick. Let me go on their website, see if I need to update the firmware, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I got my computer on, and this is their website. Oh, look. Yep, right there. To download the firmware. It's supposed to be a German company, because a lot of this stuff's actually in German. Or Dutch. Alright, so I'm on their website. I downloaded the program for it. I'm going to go ahead and connect this to the computer. It's nice that it uses USB. At least I got an extra USB-C cable to use on stuff. But let's see. I downloaded the program for it. Yes. Device error. Let me go to my device manager. Is it not seeing anything? Alright, let me go back on the home page. Let me just double check. Alright. Got this here. Yeah, well, keep hitting my knee on the desk. Let's see. Alright, I got the program downloaded. Let me go to my downloads. Yes. Alright, got that open. Now it says press and hold the plus button on your controller, then connect it to a USB port. So press and hold the plus. And the second LED indicator should light up. And it does. Alright. Now it's actually saying it. Okay. And it is a Bluetooth controller, so theoretically you should be able to use this on the PC also. Alright. It's ready to go. I can go ahead and hit start. And now it's downloading. Wait until it's full. Download successful. And all 4 LED indicators should start flashing. Alright, all 4 LED indicators were flashing. Now they're off. According to this, it's doing everything exactly like it should. So now I updated the firmware on this, and now let's go back to my Nintendo Switch and pair this up. Alright, update the firmware. Now let's try again. Go to controllers, pair new controllers. So I have to press and hold the home and the Y button. They're flashing. Let me just double check just to make sure, because I thought that's what it said. Home and Y. All right. Oh, there it goes. Cool. Yep, now it works. Alright, so one thing I've noticed, almost halfway, pressing these triggers registers the command. Whoops. I'm going to have to figure out how this turbo thing works. Okay, this is actually kind of cool. I wonder what the battery life is on this. Yeah, battery does say it's full. So I guess one thing we can try real quick is Sonic Mania. Why is it not working? That's weird. Sonic Mania doesn't like this controller. That might be a problem right there. If this cannot actually see the controller is literally just vibrating now. You know what, let me check something, because I know there should be a particular setting.
Smashing blast from the past. Developed by vicarious visions.
Now, why is this thing vibrating? Let me try Sonic Mania again. Maybe it's just a fluke. But if this does not actually want to work, that's going to be a problem. Yeah, this is not registering. That's actually going to be a problem. You know, let me try something. Let me try Minecraft. Maybe this will work. But yeah, I can always see a problem with this is that I don't know if it has to do with the firmware that I updated this to, or what Nintendo did when it comes to like third-party accessories. But there's obviously a conflict going on here. But it could be just one of those cases where you just bite the bullet, pay extra for a first-party controller, and just be done with it. At least you don't have to worry about all this stuff. But yeah, it does seem like Minecraft, this thing is working. I'm just going to mute that because I don't feel like getting a copyright claim. And it's loading. Yeah, it is working. So yeah, it does work on Minecraft. I think it's more of a compatibility issue with certain softwares. And it caused an error. You know what? Let's just make sure. Let's make sure if it's not just a fluke. Let's actually just restart this system. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt. I thought it was just going to be just a quick little video about this controller, but apparently it's becoming a little bit longer. So, controller is completely disconnected. Let's try Crash Bandicoot again. I wonder, because I think there is an option. Yeah, there's. Let's try. Oh no, it's still vibrating. Even when I told the system to disable it, this controller is still vibrating. That's a problem right there. If this controller is fully compatible with all the games, I would say, you know, for 20-25 bucks, this is actually a really cool option. You know, if you don't want to pay the $70, which is understandable. But the fact that I'm not able to fully use this on the Switch, that might be a problem. What I will do though, I'll end the video here. I'll make a second video on this. I'll give this the benefit of the doubt. Maybe there was a glitch in the update process. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. But, if that doesn't work, I don't know. I may have to not recommend this controller to people. But yeah, I'll end the video here. I'll keep messing with this. I'll make a second video. I don't want this video to get too much longer than it already is. And that's pretty much it. So like always, have a good one. Leave those comments down below. Like this video, share this video, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit the bell icon so you get notified. And like always, have a good one.